Spinnerbait fishing can be a really, really good lure to attack the fish with in the month of December. In the wintertime, all time in winter, spinnerbaits are good. Spinnerbaits and jigs, those are really good baits. Swim baits good in the wintertime. There is a blade that seems to work really good in the wintertime. What do you think that blade is? Good morning, guys and girls. December 19, reading from a Catch a Better Life book on the Catch a Better Life channel. We're going to switch over to the Catch of the Day book beginning January 1, which is just a couple of weeks away. Psalm 4:7, you have put gladness in my heart more than in the season that the grain and wine increased. In other words, better than a bountiful harvest, put more joy in my heart, put gladness in my heart. The biggest bass are generally in the very thickest of cover most of the time. During the year, many anglers miss catching really big bass by not fishing right in the middle of the meanest, thickest stuff that they can find. They fish all around the edges of it, but they don't fish right in the middle of thick of it. It's always best to fish the edges of cover first, but always bow up. Make that final cast or two deep in the heart of the thickest cover you can find available. Put your bait in there where if something gets a hold of it, you've got a good chance of not even getting that fish out. But that's where the big ones are a lot of the time. In the meanest, thickest, toughest stuff that you could possibly find. Good time to use 50-pound braided line that time of the year. I'll promise you that without any doubt. What God has put deep in the heart of every believer is gladness. Joy, abundant joy. God's put deep in your heart. That's exactly what He's done when you get saved. And this joy is better than whatever great things God may bless us with. God blesses us with a lot of great things, but the joy that He blesses with is better than anything else you can ever imagine. In other words, this gladness, this happiness is not dependent on something good happening. That's the secret. That's the real deal in God's joy. It's not dependent upon something happening good to us, some big blessing to befall upon us. Yeah, we're happy when we get those blessings, but our joy that we have deep in our heart is not dependent upon that. This joy is available and present during bad times just as much as it is during good times. It's there. It's there. We can decide to be unjoyful, unhappy. We can decide to be mad, in the dumps. But this joy is available during the darkest periods and times of our life. Our gladness, our joy, our happiness comes from that close personal relationship with God. And it's there regardless of what's happening all around us. Regardless. Here's our tip for today. Don't overlook a single round copper blade. That's right, for big wintertime bass. A single round copper blade. For some reason, copper seems to work just really, really good during the wintertime. And by the way, in those blades, I like larger blades than what I use the rest of the year. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. Merry Christmas, fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.